Okay, and I'm back. So let's do this now. I think I'm going to keep recording until I feel like not playing games anymore. Let's see how big of a file we end up with and how long it takes to even upload and process it. Okay, so we have a difficulty 7. Let's see how well this goes. Illuminates, difficulty 7, so I'm probably going to want the guard dog, strafing run, and then I might end up taking one of the weapons with AoE and damage over time, the DOT. Maybe the Scorcher, either the Scorcher or the Suppressor. It does wonders against the Illuminates, especially when they're together and they have their shields up. You could argue also the Obliterator. There's a lot of movement restriction coming from the Illuminates in higher difficulties. The Obliterator is actually perfect for that. You can shoot over virtual walls. Strafing Run also takes care of the obelisks. I would actually argue keeping this. I'm going to keep my setup there like that. Scorcher's excellent. Suppressor's also very good, but I don't find them in my face terribly often. So I'm going to use the Scorcher. They're in transit. I'm not going to call anything in. It doesn't make sense to. No sense in holding them up if they're already in transit to delivering an object or to another objective. We have some ways to travel, so... I'm going to stay behind this guy if I can. Joshua. I don't know why that player didn't shoot that observer. Okay. Well, it seems like we failed the defense at the top earlier before I joined the game. Seems a little awkward right now.
Reload.
After this reload, I'll call this guy in.
Request confirmed.
Okay, someone else did.
Acknowledged.
Since we're waiting for him, I'll call in some of my stuff then. On the left side, because we have to run left anyway to get to extraction. I didn't kill that in time. That was my own fault. At least I reacted to the observer, though.
Engage. Reload.
Seems they left some stuff over at one of the objectives. I can tell by the yellow dots on the map, so if we run by there, maybe they can get their stuff back. Or, looks like we're not gonna... Oh, here we are. There should be stuff on the ground here. Yeah, there's a jump pack there. I don't know if that's someone's jump pack. I guess they don't even care. They're not getting it.
To the sky.
They are running right by the shuttle beacon. No one's calling it. I guess I will.
Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound. ETA T minus 1 minute. Supplies incoming.
Reload.
ETA T minus 1 minute. Stand by. Equipment on its way.
They're all coming from the right side. Potential spawn points coming from the right side.
Reloading.
Pretty uneventful at the moment.
ETA T minus 30 seconds.
Delivery.
seconds.
Reloading.
ETA T minus 5 seconds. Shuttle arriving.
Engage.
Not really much to comment on. I kind of came in at the tail end of the entire operation. It's important to always read the situation when you come into a game. Don't immediately take out your radio to call in your stuff. You have to read the situation. If you're doing an objective, in the process of doing an objective, and you have the time, then sure, do it. But if you're in transit, if you're moving to a different objective, especially if like you're escorting people or carrying something over, like a black box, it wouldn't make any sense at all to call in your stuff. You can take up to 10 to 15 seconds with that and cause unnecessary fighting. It doesn't make sense. You don't need your stuff immediately. You have to see how you're effective when you join the game. It's very important to know that.
Launch sequence initiated. Crew to stations. I repeat, crew to stations.
So when we do start the game, presumably some of these guys will want to call in their stuff immediately. There's nothing really wrong with that. But I will only do it if they do it. If they begin moving right away, I will not hold up the entire party just to call in my stuff, especially if it's just like an ammo bag and an obliterator. I don't think it's anything terribly important. I'm going to keep my loadout, I think. We'll see where we land. It would make sense, I think, to do the escort first at the top, because you're forced to go down to that structure to drop off the escorts. And it doesn't look like we're going to do that. It looks like they want to start at the defense objective. We're a little bit close to the defense objective, so I feel like we're going to land next to or on top of patrols, and those patrols have an increased chance then to call in the rest of the enemy and make our life difficult when we're trying to clear an area or call in our stuff. So we'll see how it turns out when we do slam into the planet in our pods. But like I said before, there's a high probability we're going to trigger an alarm rather quickly with these patrols. Okay, we do have one patrol bottom right.
Equipment
It's not an
on
observer,
its
so
way.
we're okay.
Equipment on its way.
These guys are calling in their stuff now.
Equipment on its way.
I think I'm going to
Equipment
wait
on
until
its
we
way.
start the
Supplies
defense
incoming.
before I call anything in. I want to be ready to kill any observers that might come by. That's unfortunate.
Request confirmed.
So you can see that we're spending a lot of time getting ourselves situated. No one's getting that observer up there, so now we're in a precarious situation. Now we didn't even really start the objective yet, and already we're having trouble.
Alien scumbag.
I'm going to take some ammo because no one else is. I did not waste any ammo picking up that box. I got half of the maximum number of magazines I can carry. I believe that's 8. I had 3, so I got 4 out of that ammo box, so I did not waste any ammo picking that up. Now I'm going to call in my stuff, since we're waiting on the defense.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. Supplies incoming.
We have 2 samples down there. I'm assuming they're going to want to get samples in this run. It looks like a lot of the samples are near the objectives we have to get to anyway, so... So hopefully this whole sample obsession thing won't increase too much time we spend on this planet. I hear an observer. Got him. I hear another observer. Got him. There's 2 more patrols down there.
Liberty for all.
Got him. There's a limited range on the Scorcher, so you do have to run up to your target sometimes, especially when they're at the edge of the screen. so far away. We do have one player with a laser rifle. They should have been shooting off screen the whole time.
Equipment
Remember,
on its
when you have a
way.
laser weapon, you essentially have infinite ammo, so it's most beneficial if you just shoot off screen a lot to try to pick off patrols before they even get on the screen. That's very effective. If you see a red dot somewhere on the map, just shoot in its general direction. You have a laser gun, so it's not like you're wasting ammo. You can often pick off a patrol before it even gets on screen. He didn't react to that very well.
Firing for effect.
I have to be careful with my shots here. I don't want to light anyone on fire.
Reload. Let him have it.
I also threw my strafing run well behind the enemy because I wasn't sure if I was going to hit my friends or not.
For liberty.
And I'm not sure what this guy's doing. He set off another alarm.
Alien scumbag.
Seems we are
Engage.
doing samples here.
Engage.
We have enemies below us, but no one else seems to be shooting at them. That was unfortunate. I made a huge mistake there. Get this guy up. Run away. I think our friends actually killed him.
Request acknowledged.
Keep the objective going. Oh, that was bad.
Throwing grenade.
I don't know where this obelisk is. Okay, there we go. We should be able to drop this off.
Wait, no.
You can see that my health perk is really being beneficial right now, keeping me at full health. I'm taking a lot of damage. We're still missing shells, so we have to keep this objective moving. Radar says it's top left.
Reloading. How do you like to take the freedom? Reloading.
All this fighting is stemming from us struggling to kill observers before they do any alerting. Again, that's another one. So now we have to go up.
Dropping equipment.
I have to be very mindful with where I shoot. With a very strong, high damage weapon, with damage over time and an area of effect. I also have to be very careful not shooting too close. I don't know why the guy with the laser rifle just took ammo out of my bag. He doesn't use ammo, so it's actually a waste, especially if he dies now. If he dies, his ammo will just be reset to half, and that will enable him to take more ammo. But you have a laser gun, so you shouldn't be taking ammo if you have a laser gun.
Dropping equipment.
We're escorting, and now they're calling in
Dropping
stratagems,
equipment.
which, in my opinion, is extremely silly. I will take an ammo box. Now we're just waiting with... It's very dangerous to be just waiting with survivors for a stratagem. We do have an observer behind us now. I don't know if they know that. There is a dot behind us.
Reloading.
We have to keep moving, or else we are going to lose the survivors, I believe. Two are on the ground already.
Let's go.
See if I can get them to move. That's 2 dead already. The only way to really keep going, we have to keep moving or else we are going to lose all of them. Anyone that stands in a virtual wall that is materializing anything, even vehicles, instantly die, which kind of makes mechs, like these mech suits and vehicles, really poor against Illuminates because they can die instantly. And that's catastrophic right there. We had 2 people that could have killed that observer. We need to actually move these survivors away, get them to move elsewhere.
Reload! Reloading! Reloading!
Couldn't quite get him while I was reloading. And as you can see, we're in a bad spot. The survivor will die. Unless I can try to save him. I only have so much ammo though. Oh crap. Okay. So, that ends that. Multiple mistakes were made. So, that's what happens. You have to kill the observers if you don't kill them in time. I've been making mistakes myself, especially in between periods of reloading. I've been making a lot of mistakes. But that's what happens when you don't kill observers. And now we're kind of, you can argue that we're needlessly fighting now. We have to keep moving to the extraction, and we keep staying here.
Request confirmed.
It was really unfortunate that we had 2 Helldivers not shoot the observer that was in front of them when we were moving southeast, when we were moving down right. We didn't have either of them shoot the observer, so that kind of led to our demise there.
Supplies incoming.
So remember now this laser rifle guy died, so he lost the ammo he took that he didn't need in the first place. So we'll see if he ends up taking more ammo out of my bag or even the other guy's ammo bag.
Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
It's very wasteful.
ETA T minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Freedom delivery!
No one shot that observer in time.
Stand by. Equipment
I
on
had to
its
kill
way.
my observer before killing their observer.
Request acknowledged.
Seems like a little sloppy right now. A little sloppy playing this round.
T minus 1 minute.
How do you like the taste of freedom?
I have to reload.
Oh, liberty!
You gotta watch out where you're shooting.
Request
Always watch out
accepted.
where you're shooting.
Reloading!
You don't want to shoot your friends.
Hold out. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 15 seconds. T minus 10 seconds. T minus 5 seconds. Equipment on its way.
To the sky!
We should all be able to get on the shuttle. So I'm going to get on the shuttle. So multiple mistakes were made that game, most notably not killing the observers in time. You have to kill those observers in time. I made a couple mistakes, especially like between reloads when I was reloading the Scorcher. Unfortunately, because the Scorcher does so much damage, not only in an AoE and an area of effect, but also with a DOT with damage over time, with the fire debuff, it's balanced in a sense that it consumes a lot of ammo. You have to reload a lot, but also your reload time takes a while. So as a consequence, I was reloading in the middle of an observer about to go off, so there were some poor timings there, and then I think there was another instance where I could have killed the observer, but I didn't. At the same time, the other 3 guys, especially those 2 out in front, we were doing the escort.
Crew to
I was
station.
very surprised that they didn't react to that one observer that was in front of their face. The Scorcher and the Suppressor, because we're doing a retaliatory strike, are not good choices because we have enemies spawning out of the air, out of the ground. So you could be shooting at one point and then all of a sudden a unit will spawn in front of you, and the unit will ruin your day by having a round explode in your face. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to do the Obliterator and 2 ammos because I have the Breaker. So the Breaker goes through a lot of ammo, but it's also very powerful. Even though the rounds of the Breaker are unstoppable, as well as that one rifle with this unstoppable rounds called the Justice. Unstoppable rounds are stopped by shields. So just keep that in mind. A shield will stop that round. It will absorb it. But once the shield is down, it will then be unstoppable and penetrate through the target. So we'll see how well this goes. I fear that we may be killing each other a lot.
Equipment on its way. Stand by.
I'm going to call in my
Equipment
stuff
on
as
its
soon as
way.
possible.
Supplies incoming. Drop incoming. Dropping equipment.
I'm going to get my guard dog up,
Stand by.
and then I may consider just getting away from these 3. I don't know where this coming from. Okay. Break the laser to find out where it's coming from.
Defensive stratagem. Equipment on its way.
So, one of the guys called in 2 turrets, which can be more harmful than beneficial, especially when you have enemies spawning out of nowhere. 2 turrets can definitely hurt us more than them. So I'm going to have to actually get as far away from the turrets as I can. I was down to half the maximum number of magazines I can carry, so I grabbed another ammo to get all the ammo out of it. When the enemy spawns on top of those turrets, it's very dangerous. I don't like turrets in retaliatory strike. I don't think it makes any sense really. This guy's gonna call in another turret, apparently.
Defensive equipment inbound.
If the player, instead of calling in turrets and then just perpetually healing them, if the player actually stayed mobile and chose to have an arsenal that was effective and precise, they would be much more effective than they are right now. So they're just perpetually healing things without contributing damage. It looks like they're about to die again. They're not contributing to damage. They're just like perpetually healing a turret or two, and the turrets themselves hurt us. So instead of just perpetually healing us, if they contribute to damage accurately, they can just stop us from receiving damage in that manner, rather than being more reactive.
You going out?
Equipment on its way.
Like, help us kill the enemy precisely, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Say hello to democracy!
Wow, I almost died there. Yeah, this is quite awkward actually now. I'm not sure what we're doing here.
Reloading! Reloading! Reloading!
I have not used my obliterator at all. For ammo purposes, I probably should.
Defensive equipment
I
incoming.
really shouldn't be relying too much on my breaker. I'm just afraid they're going to spawn very close to me.
Request confirmed.
I did not see that laser. So hopefully someone will call me in. We have one person perpetually healing and not paying attention to anything else.
Request confirmed.
Thankfully, one person did call me in.
Request acknowledged.
I'm going to call in the next player. Oh, it's on cooldown, so I can't. I have to wait. Now, the other player that's perpetually healing can call people in, but they're not.
Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound. Request confirmed. 30 seconds.
I'm not going to pick up an ammo yet, because I feel like I'm dying enough where it might be ineffective to pick up an ammo. I might wait till I'm maybe one magazine left. If I'm going to die anyway, then I shouldn't waste it.
Incoming. Live incoming.
I'm going to pick up an ammo now. To stay far away from that turret. I think my obliterator choice was poor. I don't think it was a good idea for me to take the obliterator. It's awkward to use, I feel, in this fight, so I don't want to hurt my friends. It's good when you sort of know where the enemy is spawning, but when you don't know where the enemy is spawning in a retaliatory strike, then I think I made a poor choice with the obliterator. I don't think that went as smoothly as it could have. I think my loadout with that obliterator was slightly incorrect there. I didn't feel like it was very effective. I hardly used it, and when I did, it just felt uncomfortable. I was probably better off with like a strafing run, you could argue. A strafing run, you know, as long as I throw it in a direction that no one else is in, that's on my team. It would just go off for a few seconds, do some damage to the shields, take the shields down, and then I could finish them off with the Scorcher. That probably would have been better. I felt like the guard dog was a good choice in that situation. And then I think one or two of the players was kind of ineffective there. not ineffective, but could have been more effective. Maybe with a smoother loadout than turrets in a retaliatory strike.
Sir.
Could have been a lot worse, especially if we got mowed down a lot by the turrets because of the confined space that we were in. I think I'm going to leave this one. I'm going to check out what else is out there. Someone's doing bugs at difficulty 9. So let's check it out. So for bugs on difficulty 9, you can immediately say that there will be tank bugs. So I do need some answer to armor. The auto-injector will not help me here. I'm going to need all-terrain boots unless I do like a vehicular loadout, but I will not be doing that. There's going to be a lot of units, so I'm going to do the suppressor, I feel, because I want the bayonet. I think I do want ammo. I'm going to go back to my Toxic Avenger. That will be my answer to the armor. And then on top of that, I think I'm also going to bring my Rail Cannon Strike. So I have 2 stratagems for armor. I have an ammo bag that will also supplement the ammo for the Toxic Avenger. So I think this loadout is appropriate for difficulty 9. We'll see what we're at. This objective is over, so we should be moving on. I don't know why we're going left. Why are we going left?
Supplies incoming.
It seems we are doing sample runs. I may just end up making my own game in this case. The sample runs do not benefit me, of course, but at the same time, I'm curious if this group
Dropping equipment.
can comfortably do difficulty 9. We'll see.
Deploying ordnance. Dropping equipment.
So I'm a little slow right now. There we go. I feel like we brought the black box further away from its destination. Is that weird to say? I'm gonna get my stuff down.
Supplies incoming. Dropping equipment.
It seems that we have a lot of answers to the armor already, which is great. So these individuals, these players brought sufficient anti-armor stratagems, which frankly is, I would say, more rare than not. Kill the patrols before they sound the alarm. That enemy was too close, so I started stabbing.
Reload.
We have patrols down bottom. I guess we missed a patrol up there.
Firing.
So enemies should be spawning where the alarm went off, which would be top left.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
Hopefully we keep moving here. Now we have to go top left. There's an ammo box up there. I guess the guy with the laser gun will be taking the ammo box, which doesn't make too much sense in the sense of effectiveness, since a laser weapon should have infinite ammo, which I've said plenty of times in my previous videos. I think someone else, actually I should have taken it, because I think everyone's just using a laser gun. So instead of killing this patrol, that guy decided to jump in the air. So, consequently,
Deploying ordnance.
Now we have the army coming. Trying to defend the rocket the best I can here. Something hit me at the front. Hopefully I'll be called in soon. We have 3 people, so
Request confirmed.
seems they don't want to defend the rocket. So this is kind of unfortunate.
Stand by.
It's very important to defend the rocket, or else you lose. I'm not sure what actually ended up hitting me when I was shooting and then consequently died so quickly. I'm assuming maybe one of the patrols jumped in front of me or something.
Dropping equipment. Request confirmed. Acknowledged. Defensive stratagem incoming. Incoming fire. Equipment on its way.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're going to want to move. Be careful not to shoot my friends. I'm not sure if we're going to move to extract or not here. I feel like we're doing a lot of idling. Whenever you are defending an objective, it's important to be at the objective and to, you know, to be there to defend it. If you find yourself off screen a lot, not on the objective, then you should be
Extraction confirmed.
you should be fixing your position.
Dropping equipment. 30 seconds. Defensive equipment inbound.
We do have a lot of laser weapons in the team, so we should be having a lot of shooting off screen to pick off patrols off screen, shoot toward the red dots on the radar.
1 minute.
The patrols really shouldn't be reaching the screen too often.
Equipment on its way.
Pretty good anti-tank stuff. It's really nice to have a team that brought enough anti-tank stuff. Careful not to shoot your friends. The Rumbler is pretty dangerous to use when you have 4 players in the game. You can easily kill your friends with it.
Supplies incoming.
I almost shot myself with that. Whoop. We should all be able to get on the shuttle, so I'm going to get on first. So that also had messy moments. We obviously failed to defend the rocket, but we weren't really defending the rocket. We were more south, positioned south. You never know when a patrol can spawn, like, almost on the rocket. Like, patrols pretty much spawn at the edge of the screen or just off screen. So you have to really be careful. If you have your rocket that's on the edge of the screen, you can imagine a patrol spawning almost on top of that rocket, and then once they start calling in reinforcements, once they set off that alarm, defending the rocket or the oil drill will be incredibly difficult. So our positioning there was really poor, and then of course I killed myself when I was shooting, so something jumped in front of me at that point that I didn't see. I'll have to watch this replay.
sir.
Sir.
Planet's over. I don't know if they're gonna...
Those
Guess we'll have to
vengeful
see what they pick. If I feel like even playing whatever it is they choose. I'll just sit here and watch them choose a map. Choose a planet. So they want the Shredder Planet reward on a difficulty 10. Suicide mission.
Hellport
So
launch sequence initiated.
we're going to need a lot of anti-tank and a lot of
I
crowd
repeat,
control.
Crew to stations.
So I think I'm going to do a Trident. I'm going to do a Trident with an emplacement. Maybe 2 emplacements. I'm going to want something to maybe repair the emplacements. And then I think I want 1 anti-tank. Depends on what our crowd control is like. It looks like we're going to have extremely poor crowd control. So I may actually end up needing to use my emplacements for crowd control. Which means... You don't want to use the emplacements for crowd control. You want to save the ammunition for actual tanks. Now we have one player that's bringing in 3 stratagems of EATS. E-A-T-S. E-A-T-S. I don't know what the acronym stands for, but they're disposable rocket launchers. They're kind of weak in a sense that when you shoot a tank bug, sometimes a tank bug does not die. It just has very low health at that point. When you have the heavy tank bugs, you will never kill one with just 1. So we'll see how it goes with this.
Equipment
I
on
may
its
have
way.
to use the
Incoming.
emplacement
Stand by.
for crowd
Equipment
control.
incoming. Dropping equipment.
I did not bring any stratagems that limit our movement because it's an arena, and already our movement is restricted, so to restrict it even more would be silly. I'm going to point my emplacement in
Supplies incoming.
a
Supplies
usable
incoming.
direction, and then I will get ready to contribute to the crowd control, and then I will jump in the emplacement when a tank bug comes. Do not overheat your laser weapon. In between shots, I always let go of the trigger so that my gun can cool off a little bit in between shots.
Reloading! Cutting through like
So that guy was close to falling on the ground, so I healed him, and then I switched back to my weapon. I'm not perpetually healing anyone. I'm actually going to contribute to damage.
Defensive stratagem incoming.
I'm almost at the point, I feel, where I should stay in the emplacement. As we get more kills, more tank bugs will spawn. Again, I'm not using the emplacement ammo for common units. I want to use it for tanks.
Supplies incoming. Dropping on its
So I
way.
killed that one tank, I got back out. Now I'm going to contribute to the fight.
Defense drop incoming.
I don't know if that... yeah, he's dead. there's a tank bug? Yeah. Yep.
Liberty for all!
I think it's dead. It's not dead. Now it's dead.
Request confirmed. Request confirmed.
So I feel like I'm pretty much effective at all parts of the fight here.
Defense front
That's a
incoming.
really heavy armored bug. I'm just going to kill it. Oh, I messed up there. That was my fault.
Request acknowledged.
There was a tentacle that was out of the ground from the impaler. And I shot the tentacle. And then so the friendly guy that was near it died. I also made a mistake there.
Confirmed.
I should probably now stay in the emplacement.
Deploying defensive assets. Dropping equipment.
I
Stand
will
by.
get out to help kill the common units, and then get back in again. I don't know. I don't know if I should stay in it. I feel like there hasn't been a moment where I wished I was still in the emplacement, so maybe I'm okay.
Defense drop incoming. Engaging target area. Stand by. Equipment on its way.
I am at a point where I need to call in another emplacement. I'm almost out of ammo on the other one. It lasted me most of this round so far, which is fantastic. I'm going to use it for crowd control now because we have a couple people dead.
Request acknowledged.
Always call in your friends. I hear a tank bug.
Defense drop incoming.
I cannot call him in. My reinforced strat is on cooldown.
Equipment on its way. Dropping equipment. Equipment request confirmed.
I think we're due for a tank bug.
Jumping! Push it up!
I think I heard a tank bug. Here we go. I think I'll help him out and just shoot that one guy. Oh, he still didn't live anyway.
Request accepted.
I want to kill this impaler. I don't know why they called in that strat. That was really unfortunate. Now I don't think we have sufficient anti-tank, despite having all these rocket launchers on the ground. I'm not even sure why that stratagem went for me. I thought it went after the enemy, honestly.
Supplies incoming.
I need to get that emplacement back up again as soon as possible.
Defense truck incoming. Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound. ETA T-minus 1 Equipment on its way.
Okay, that was weird.
Request confirmed. Incoming fire. ETA T-minus 1 minute. Equipment on its way. Incoming. Equipment on its way. Deploying defensive assets. Dropping equipment.
Hoping that I can actually reach the tank bug. Oh man, okay. I feel I'm going to stay in this emplacement until I know everyone can get on the shuttle. Okay, no one is getting on the shuttle, so I'm not sure what we're doing. A tank bug could spawn next to the shuttle and prevent them from getting on. So mistakes. That one ammo stratagem that shoots that really thick laser from the sky, I don't know, it went to me, and I don't know why it did that. Like, it actually went on me. I can only think it went to me because I had an enemy stuck on the emplacement. It was kind of like glitched on there, maybe, and I didn't see it. But that was really strange how it deliberately went for my emplacement there. That was a little bizarre. I felt like I was in and out of the emplacement enough to always be contributing to the fight. So I feel like I've been doing that, or I did that correctly. Felt my loadout was fine. I did not use the rail cannon strike a lot. There were only a couple moments where I used it, so maybe that fourth stratagem wasn't very useful. And then, of course, the Rep 80, the repair gun I used seldomly. I still think it might be the right choice, though, because I never know if my emplacements are going to be damaged a lot or not. So my loadout will change with this. We are no longer doing a retaliatory strike. So I'm thinking of going back to the suppressor. I think what I want to do is the recoilless rifle with 2 ammos. So the recoilless rifle is another weapon, and it's a backpack item for the support kit. I do like to get reloaded by other people, but it doesn't always happen, so I'll just accept that. Anti-tank mines. I forget if we're defending anything. I think I'll just do the mines anyway. I do 2 ammos because I find myself with the suppressor shooting a lot. So the suppressor and the scorcher both go through ammo a lot. And remember, the suppressor has an area of effect of damage, so it does high damage that way. But it does not have a DOT. It does not have damage over time, but it does have a bayonet. Whereas the scorcher does not have the bayonet, but does have the damage over time, the DOT. So I do like the bayonet.
Dropping equipment. Equipment. Dropping equipment. Equipment on its
Okay,
way.
it's obvious that we're calling in equipment, so
Equipment on its way.
the person with the laser gun is shooting off screen.
On its
It's
way.
perfect. Need to kill these patrols. I'm gonna grab some ammo, I guess. So we landed in a spot that may not be efficient at all, but we'll just have to do more running now. I don't want to shoot it because I'm afraid I might hit my friends. I don't understand why people run and stab at the same time, or run and melee. I don't know what that is. Do you move faster with that? Is there like a benefit to doing it? Or is it like a twitch? Or is it like something you just
Roger that.
do? Like chewing a toothpick. I don't know. Like he could actually stab one of us and kill us. Where is the drop-off point? Straight up. Getting the other group of survivors might be a little bit risky here, so I think just going straight to the drop-off point is sensible. In a sense. For safety.
Stand by.
Just
Equipment
to
on its
ensure
way.
that we are... Okay, I'm not sure what we're doing now.
How do you like the taste of freedom?
Okay, I think we are not going the safe route. I think now we're doing the more risky
Engage.
route. Where we're trying to do everything in one go. But no. I'm gonna reload a little early to get more ammo in the gun. It seems very risky to be doing this, but we're going through a lot of water. Just keep an eye on the patrols. He should be shooting off. Oh my god. Yep. Okay.
Supplies incoming.
Reloading.
Affirmative.
So, we actually managed
Reload.
to get the other group of survivors. So now, it's a matter of just getting to the drop-off point. Okay, we have to actually keep moving at this point because they're going to spawn on top of us.
Let him have it. No. Reloading.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
I don't know if calling in anything right now is a smart idea.
Let's move.
It's going to start running at us, I believe.
Dropping equipment.
Freedom delivery. For super urge. Reload.
I cannot. Okay. Oh god. I had to reload.
Go, go, go.
Equipment on its way. Defense drop incoming.
As soon as I drop this off, I have to reload my recoilless rifle.
Reloading.
It's going to take about 5 seconds.
Stand by.
Okay.
Equipment on its way.
So we actually did that. That was high risk. We ended up doing it.
Here we go.
Another patrol failure there.
Reload.
we want to get this sample. Someone left their laser weapon behind. I guess they don't want it.
Reload!
How'd you like to take some freedom? Jumping!
Reloading!
Are we even going the right way? Guess we have to go down and left.
Supplies incoming.
So we're struggling with killing the patrols before they sound off the alarm. I have to escort a convoy far left.
Reload!
I'm trying to not shoot my friends.
Say hello to democracy!
I think I have been pretty good with that so far. I do have 4 rockets left, so I have 3 shown above my player box, but I have 1 in my recoilless rifle. So I have 4 shots left.
No clear path.
Roger that. Jumping!
Yep.
That was close.
To the sky.
A lot of running here, a lot of jogging.
Supplies incoming. Stand by. Equipment on its way. Dropping equipment.
I do like jogging instead of running from objective to objective. It's never nice to be in a fight exhausted.
Stand by. Equipment on its
Your
way.
character will not run as fast.
Reloading!
Okay.
How about a nice cup of democracy?
The laser weapons are shooting off screen. That's excellent. Get the patrols before they even get on the screen. And with infinite ammo, why not? Why not just shoot off screen? I think there is one ammo box to the right here. It's a yellow dot on the minimap. I will grab it. So I did lose a couple ammo, a couple magazines from that because I didn't grab it when I was at half ammo. The maximum I can carry is 10, so that means one ammo box gives me 5, but it also gives me rockets, so I do need rockets. No enemies are coming, which is peculiar.
Supplies incoming.
No patrols. So now we actually have to go far away.
Kill 'em all!
Engage!
think they want to get the samples up here.
Jumping!
That's unfortunate. For
Jumping!
the sample, he ended up setting off a patrol party.
Engage!
So we'll see what happens with this. I have to reload my recoilless rifle immediately. Okay, so nothing bad happened because of that.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
Jumping!
But there are plenty of cases where someone cares only about the sample,
Equipment
doesn't
on its
shoot
way.
the
Equipment
patrol, and
on
then
its way.
ends up causing a fight that ends the game.
Extraction inbound.
Loss.
Inbound. ETA T minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
I'm gonna use some mines here.
Defensive equipment inbound. Dropping equipment. 1 minute. Dropping equipment.
Reload!
How about a nice cup of liberty? Freedom! Alien scumbag!
We're doing pretty well in keeping back the patrols.
Reloading!
Just afraid that a patrol might spawn behind us at some point.
Reloading!
So
Hold out.
that patrol that way. We're gonna do another minefield.
Throwing grenade! Reloading!
Defense drop incoming.
Reloading!
T minus 15 seconds. T minus 10 seconds. T minus 5 seconds. Incoming. Requesting acknowledged.
I'm gonna wait until I know if everyone can get on the shuttle. Looks like we all can.
Engaging target area. T minus 10 seconds. T minus 5
Okay.
seconds.
Little stretch. Drink a little coffee. What time is it? 12:30? 12:30. I think I'm going to do one more game, and then I will eat a sandwich,
Hellport launch
and then I think I have to go to
initiated.
Walgreens,
Crew to stations.
a convenience
I
store.
repeat, crew to stations.
So I think like we should be going from the bottom up. Yeah, just like that. No, I don't think we should go that way, but okay, well, they want to go that way. So what am I missing? Am I missing anything? What do I need? Should I go back to a one-handed weapon? Was the suppressor a good choice in that last game? I feel like it was helpful at times, but then a lot of other times I purposely did not shoot because I was afraid of hitting my friends. So maybe with this particular game I should stick with something a little bit safer, like a one-handed weapon. Something that shoots straight and true. Actually, considering we had bug nests, I should have picked maybe the shredder for this one instead of the mines. You could just instantly do a shredder and get out. So I think maybe I misstepped a little bit choosing the mines again. We'll see how well we do here.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. Dropping equipment. Repeat.
Actually-
Dropping equipment. Dropping equipment. Repeat. Dropping equipment. Repeat. Dropping equipment.
Let's see how well I can get away with calling in the sniffer instead of calling in my recoilless rifle. I don't know if we can... if I can even... Well, we should be going down left, it seems.
Reloading!
On the double.
To the sky!
I love the increased movement speed when you're aiming on a one-handed weapon. It's so beneficial. So these bug nests should be dead from the rumbler.
Say hello to them raptor things!
You should be rumbling them. Or shooting eats. Rumble that one. Okay.
Okay.
We are continuing on. This feels a lot better than the suppressor. Some games, the suppressor or the scorcher are better, but in this game with these players, I think the one-handed weapon is much safer. Just, I have more confidence with it, and
Jumping!
I don't think we need the crowd control.
Reload! Can't jump!
Wanted to kill that patrol as quickly as possible,
Reloading!
Equipment
so
on
I
its way.
ended up doing full auto on that. We're doing pretty well with the patrols right now. Need to keep on the objective. Oh. So a slight mistake there.
Reloading!
Okay, we are approaching the minefield where I will use the sniffer. I will also call in ammo before I begin sniffing, because I do need the ammo.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
I do have 2 ammo stratagems.
Equipment on its way. Dropping equipment. Dropping equipment. Equipment on its way. Dropping equipment. Stand by. Equipment on its way.
Reloading! Move! Reloading!
I'm going to focus just on getting these mines detected. Keep the objective moving. I think I'm staying on top. No one else is defusing, which is fine. It looks like they were defending.
Affirmative.
I'm gonna reload first before I pick up this ammo box. I had more than half of the maximum number of magazines I could carry, so reloading, I tried to not waste too much with that. If I had less than half, I could just take the ammo box without reloading.
Equipment on its way.
When we get to the rocket to defend it, I'm going to call in my recoilless rifle.
To the sky! Yes!
If I had a suppressor in that situation, I would have hurt myself.
Supplies incoming. Stand by. Equipment on its
So
way.
it's important to position yourself
Stand by. Equipment
near
on
the
its way.
rocket, near what you're defending.
Freedom delivery.
I did not see the patrol up there.
Reloading!
Grenade! Out of my cover, liberty!
So I'm keeping myself at the rocket. Seems I missed another patrol. I'm not working with a lot of room here, unfortunately.
How'd you like to take
It seems
your
we are pulling the
freedom?
screen too far down from our objective. We should be surrounding the objective itself,
Freedom!
because they can come from the top here, and they have been.
Hunter Yes, sir! Freedom never sleeps!
So I think we're lucky this time.
Supplies incoming.
To the skies! To the skies!
Freedom never sleeps! Reload! To the sky!
Engage! To the skies! Jumping!
To the sky!
That is the dog. Always talkative.
Nuclear bomb!
Liberty for all! Jumping!
Rumbler on the bug nests.
Reloading!
Oh, just gotta reload. We could use one of our eats, or I could even kill it with my recoilless rifle. Okay.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
Jumping!
Jumping!
Engage!
Engage!
Equipment on its way.
We could be in trouble here, actually.
Let him have it!
That bug is heavily armored. He has got to dive. Oh, he didn't dive.
Get down!
Jumping! Reloading!
Go back!
Request confirmed.
Say hello to democracy!
Okay, so could die here.
Request accepted.
I called in my own reinforce.
Request accepted.
Engage! Reloading! How about tonight, couple liberty?
I have to reload as soon as possible. Already good? Oh, he reloaded me. Okay.
Get some!
Engines, come back!
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
Liberty for all!
equipped. Confirmed.
I think I may have made a mistake there. I wasn't sure if I should have taken that shot or not, despite him dying.
Jumping.
Okay, he reloaded me. He did the assisted reload feature. Which is fantastic. I think we're going left.
Take the freedom.
We're going left? Could have just went right, I think. I will have to call in ammo when we get to extraction, which isn't very far.
To the skies.
Equipment on its way.
That was close. I didn't even recognize that was falling out of the sky.
Equipment on its way. Dropping
I
equipment.
might actually have to move again here.
T minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
How do you like the pink?
Defense drop incoming.
Reloading! Roger that!
Dropping equipment. Supplies incoming.
I will need ammunition.
Reloading!
Supplies incoming.
I think I reloaded a little early there before taking the ammo.
Incoming fire.
Reload!
Supplies incoming.
Reload! Affirmative!
I went to reload my recoilless rifle, and then I realized he could reload me faster, so I stopped doing that, and then I let him reload me.
Defensive equipment inbound. ETA T minus 15 seconds. ETA T minus 10 seconds. ETA T minus 5 seconds.
Yes!
Shuttle arriving.
Say hello, Jose!
We should all be able to get on the shuttle, so I got on the shuttle.
All right, down there. Deploying ordnance.
So we seem to have had some trouble again with the observers. Not observers, but the patrols sending off the alerts. We still managed to do all the objectives. I don't know what our death count is. It's minimal. Okay. The assisted reload is very nice if you have two people who know what they're doing. The person with the support kit on their back, which are the rockets that you see on the back of someone, they can reload others that might have one of the two weapons that can be reloaded. So one being the commando, the other one being the recoilless rifle. So if someone is wielding the commando or wielding the recoilless rifle, then the individual with the support kit with the rockets on their back can reload that person in about 1 second. It's much faster than someone reloading themselves with a support kit on their back in addition to having their weapon out, because I believe that takes like 5 seconds to do. So 1 second versus 5 seconds. So I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to take a break, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.